you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who props it on the steering wheel or peeks down at it for a glance? Or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough already. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
99X, this is the original 99X. I'm Barnes, that's Leslie. Crash over there on traffic. We're here for you.
Always, because you were right about the big news. The Pearl Jam double just doubled. Yeah, did you hear? We have a second suite, the Solomon Brothers Diamond VIP Suite with 99X. Of course, the Pearl Jam sold-out show at State Farm Arena, Tuesday, April 29th. All you have to do when you hear two Pearl Jam songs played back-to-back, we're going to give you a keyword. You call in for your chance, all from Solomon Brothers and the Morning X.
We have the Morning X Suite still that we're doing, so we're still filling that up, and then we were able to finagle a second suite. So you will be, covered in all directions because now everyone's got them all through Jill. So Will, Steve, just pay attention.
Everybody.
For the two Pearl Jams, and we'll get you set.
Of course, thanks to our friends at Solomon Brothers.
Everyone loves to talk about music, even Crash, albeit 80s music, but still. We have to have everyone that covers their area, right?
I love that, yeah.
Here's the question I posed to you and to you listening at 470-741-4999. If you could go back in history, just one concert you could attend, what would it be? So only one answer. You're going back to any famous concert, or maybe it's just a concert that's important to you. If you could go back to any concert, anything in time, what would it be, Leslie Fram?
Okay, this is an easy one for me because you know I'm an uber Beatles fan, right? I'm going to say the Beatles at Shea Stadium, even though the sound was terrible, just to say that I was there.
That is a pretty iconic show.
Do you remember the guy we worked with, Sebastian, who snuck in?
The guy that carried a gun to work? I remember that.
He literally snuck into Shea Stadium. He posed as like a musician with one of the bands, and he got into the show. Anyway, I would say that.
You don't remember that dude carried a gun in a box? He carried a box.
All the time.
Yeah, he was a good dude. I like Sebastian.
He was constantly wearing Bugs Bunny shirts.
Crash, any concert you can go back to in time, what would it be?
Well, Sherman, set the Wayback Machine to July 13th, 1985. Take me to Wembley Stadium, Live Aid, and Queen's incredible, heart-stopping performance with Freddie Mercury commanding millions around the globe.
That is a great one.
That's a good one.
As we were all reminded when Rami Malek did Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Barnes, so curious as to what yours is.
Yeah, really?
I have a couple. Judas Priest. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
You got me that.
I would probably have to say Woodstock, the first one, just because it meant so many things in, the culture, the thread of what was going on at that time, from music to just the times.
I can't see you there, though, with all the hippies.
Oh, no. I would hate every minute of it. But I'm saying if I could go back and transport into a little suite that had air conditioning and was raised above everything else that I could watch.
Barnesology in the 60s.
Yeah, Barnesology wasn't invented yet. But no, Hendrix. Think about the people who played it. But it was really revolutionary for the times, right? Just on the heels of everything happening.
I think Woodstock would be up there for me as well.
Yeah, that would just be my. But the one you crashed, the one you said too, I thought was very, very fitting. Let's see what the people have to say. Hey, Morning X. Good morning. Who is this?
Hey guys, it's Adam.
Hey, Adam. Any concert in history you can go back to, what is it?
I'd have to say you guys put on a great show, Big Day Out 2000. That's one I bring up all the time with me.
Ooh, which one was that?
So it was at Lakewood, Stone Temple Pilots, headline, Green Day, was also on the main stage. But for me, it was about the side stage. Like, y'all's lineups back then were just so deep and ridiculous. You don't see lineups like that at festivals, especially for like a one-day deal like y'all had. It was
the side stages were incredible. Who was on the side stage? Do you remember?
Yeah, so I think the headliner was Papa Roach, but then down the lineup you had Deftones, Incubus, Disturbed, and you had Linkin Park playing at like 2 p.m.
Yeah, I remember that.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
All these bands are headlining huge venues now, and you get to see them in like a little lot on the side. in the afternoon. Like, you just can't recreate that. And
yeah,
I definitely didn't appreciate it for what it was at the time. So, being able to go back in time and re-experience that, and, being able to see Chester again and Scott Weiland, that would be incredible.
Yeah, they're all headlining big venues, and of that you mean heaven.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because they're either all dead or playing big venues. Hey, thank you very much for sharing. That's a good memory.
Thanks, guys. Great to have y'all back.
To say Big Day Out is so great. Thank you, Adam.
And we're working on bringing that Big Day Out back up. This is our first year to kind of warm up.
Yeah.
We're just kind of getting in. We're still putting the first one together. We still have more stuff to add.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to grow back, to that size. That it took a minute to get that big again. We're kind of starting over.
Well, the template is there, so.
Yeah. Thank you.
Barnes, don't you remember Green Day set their drums on fire?
I do. That was a pretty good one.
Morning X, who's this?
Hi, this is Carmen.
Hey, Carmen. We're talking about what concert would you go back in history to see?
That would be the Purple Rain tour with Prince.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's a good one.
Well, the album was released the summer of '84. That fall was my freshman year of high school. So, I don't know, it was just kind of the soundtrack of my high school years. And it was one I always wanted to see. And I was thinking about that. He actually did 5 shows at the Omni in '85, which is crazy. But there was no way I was going to get to that show unless someone, got me away from my mom to get there. So.
Right. No one remembers this, and I bring it up all the time, that we did an in-store with Prince where he performed live at Turtles on Peachtree.
Was I there?
This was at the end of '92 or beginning of '93. It was the most unbelievable line I've ever seen down Peachtree to see Prince.
I can only imagine. Yeah, I always loved him. I actually got to see his next to last show at the Fox a week before he died. So that was pretty amazing, too.
So sad.
That's a great one, Carmen.
I went to the night of our big crazy ass. Was it '93 when we had the big snow?
Yes.
I went to that show.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was on a first date and got stranded with the date afterwards.
Was it a good date?
No.
It was a good concert, though.
It was a good concert, though. Hey, thank you.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Hey, Morning X, good morning. Who is this?
Hey, this is Matt. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good, Matt. We're talking concerts. If you can go back in history to any show ever, what would it be?
Any of the shows Guns N' Roses did at the Troubadour in '85. Probably go back to the June '85 show, the first time they played. Maybe the November show when they sold out and before they embarked on their tour.
The Troubadour. I remember seeing them open for the Cult.
Oh, man. Come on. What a show.
That was like '88.
That's a good one, though, at the Troubadour. That would have been epic.
Ooh, and you know what? Of those bands we just mentioned, this would be a good time because we can't say it directly to Crash, give our answer to who we bumped into while in Mexico, the iconic person. Let's just say he might have been in one of those bands we just mentioned.
Oh, that's a good hint.
We can't say it because they're gonna get mad at us. But now, if it's so disjointed that if you heard us talking about that, you would know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't go back to then/now and really mention it.
I heard what you said.
Right.
All right, we'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
See, I didn't say it.
No, you didn't.
No, you say it without saying it.
Hey, Morning X, who's this?
Hi, this is Tabitha.
Tabitha.
Hi.
We're going way back. What concert would you like to go see?
I saw Cowboy Mouth at Big Day Out back in the day, and it was still one of the most fun shows I've ever seen.
Are you in a tornado right now?
I'm at the beach.
She's at the beach calling us. I know.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
Cowboy Mouth's so great live.
Are you talking about the one that was back behind the Civic Center in that parking lot?
I think it was at the horse park in Conyers.
Yeah, the horse park. Remember that one, Barnes?
That was the worst Big Day Out ever.
Why? I liked that one.
Oh, my God. That's so much fun.
Just the venue.
Oh, the venue, yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was just really strange.
That was the one where David Arquette and his band played.
Year 2000. Yep. No, the shows were good. I just meant it was just such a weird... It just smelled like,
like horses?
a venue that horses live in. Yeah.
Tabitha on the beach.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy your day. What beach are you on?
Jekyll?
Yeah, Jekyll Island's great.
Ah, good for you. See, look out. We have people everywhere. Hey, thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Man, listening on the beach at Jekyll Island. People have it good. All right, what's the concert? The one concert, if you could go back in time and attend, what would it be? 470-741-4999. This is 99X.
It's part sports.
We have football on the brain.
Part pop culture.
Dennis Leary. True or false? You refuse to wear a glove with Mickey Mantle's signature on it for the movie The Sandlot.
The Red Sox blood, the Bruins blood, they run deep.
Add in the best celebrity interviews.
Robert De Niro here on The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, sir?
Just got over a 24-hour virus.
The antidote is to appear on The Rich Eisen Show.
There you go. I would have just done it earlier.
And you've got The Rich Eisen Show podcast.
There is a medicinal quality to appearing on this program.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.